Hello again and welcome back to Microtech Knives. You guys already know that we make some of the best out the front knives and switchblades in the industry, but did you guys also know that we also make one of the best and quietest 9mm suppressors in the world? What we're going to do today is take an in-depth look at the Microtech R2K9 and why it might be a great choice for you. So a few years ago, Microtech worked on coming out with the first 9mm full titanium, 9mm full auto rated, as well as full auto plus P rated and 300 blackout subsonic suppressor. And what we wanted to do was introduce a product that had everything that you needed. Not only did it have the two pistons, but it also came with a spare spring, so something you didn't have to purchase, as well as a fixed barrel spacer, which you'll have to use on fixed barrel systems like your 300 blackout. We also gave you a really nice owner's manual, as well as spare O-rings and armorer's tools for disassembly. It is a full user serviceable suppressor. Now before you click off, everybody can say they have one of the best cans in the market. However, we can substantiate that because this actually went through US Army trials, 9-month testing, and Microtech R2K9 is the one that actually won the contract. That is a real contract. Those were delivered to a unit. And not only that, we also had a very respectable suppressor company test the dB reduction using their pulse meter. And the R2K9 is right there with the best of the best, utilizing titanium construction, not mixing in aluminum or any substandard materials, which we didn't feel were right for a 9mm plus P application. So if you're interested in getting a suppressor for your pistol, you're going to need to know a couple of things. Number one, what kind of thread do you actually have on the host platform that you're using? So in this case, this Glock has a silencer co-barrel, and it comes with a .28 thread pattern. Now, as far as a 3-lug mount, because a lot of people have questions about that, let's say you have your favorite B&T, or let's say you have the HK, the SP5, and you've got a 3-lug. You can use the 3-lug adapter, which are made by a multitude of different companies, everyone from Call Valley to Rugged, and you can screw that directly into the R2K9, and then now you have a fast attach 3-lug mount for your R2K9. All right, another point I need to mention is it is going to be a modular suppressor, meaning you have a full length assembly, which gives you the most dry sound suppression or reduction possible. So on something like a 300 blackout where you've got the extra room, it works great. But if you wanted a shorter configuration, something that was not as long, then this would be the shorter configuration, or what we call the K configuration. Now, not all companies are the same, because on a lot of suppressors that are modular, the short module is really loud. And in either configuration, whether it's long or it's short, and we're talking about dry numbers here, you're still going to be hearing safe for one exposure at 140 or less. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take this Glock 19. This is a Gen 5 Glock 19. It is in the K configuration. I'm going to put my eyes on, and we're going to be shooting some 147 grain, just typical full metal jacket. It is very important to note that it is important to use a subsonic ammunition, so your 147 variety or heavier grain bullet is actually going to make it substantially quieter, because that bullet won't be breaking the sound barrier and you won't hear that crack. So on this Glock 19, what we're going to do is we'll shoot a couple rounds into the dirt so you guys can hear it. You get full lock back. Like I said, it's been tested. It works. It is an unbelievable suppressor, and that is in the K configuration, which is technically the loudest configuration. Now, there's many of you that have 300 blackouts because it's a very, very popular AR platform, and sometimes getting that timing right on something that's increasing that back pressure can give you reliability issues. On this rifle right here, we are using 220 grain. We're just going to shoot it into the dirt, and you guys can check it for reliability. And then we'll put it on full auto, and we get locked back. So there's no issues with it as far as running it on a 300 blackout subsonic variation. It is not rated for supersonic ammunition. Never fire your R2K9 or any other suppressor unless you know if it's rated for full power 300 blackout. Now, another thing to note is that we have plenty of these in stock and on the shelves ready to ship. Not only do we have the pistons that come with the system, but we also have the 5H24, as well as the half 32, as well as the half 36. So whatever configuration you might have, you should be able to attach that onto your host itself. Now, one of the things that we're announcing is we are going to help pay for that $200 tax stamp to drop the price of the R2K9 down by $200. And guys, when you think about what pistons cost individually, which is about $120 on average from any of the other companies, or if you think about springs or the spare gaskets, you're getting a really good value because you have that full kit. If you're interested in purchasing an R2K9, just see any of the Microtech authorized dealers that might have a gun range, or you can call us directly and we can actually transfer it to your favorite FFL SOT dealer. Now, the R2K9 is covered by 7 US and European patents because there are some special features that you'll not find in any other suppressor. One of the things is you'll notice that this full titanium tube, you'll notice the texturing here. We've sacrificed no expense. You've got a lot of grip on there. That's not one of the patented features though. One of the patented features, and I'm just going to name a couple, is we can take the end cap off and you could shoot it just like this. You're not going to lose your baffles. Now remember, it is user serviceable. But we can also use that end cap itself, that if we're out in the field and we needed to change the piston out from, let's say, that half 28 to a 5H24, we could do that without having to go into a tool kit or have any special tools for that. We can also disassemble it further, and by doing so, what we can do is take what we just disassembled, put it in here, and now we can take the internal baffles out themselves out in the field at any time we want. So it's a very unique system. There's no other suppressor that I'm aware of that has any features like this. And once we remove that, now you're going to see these beautiful machined titanium baffles that are a patented system in and of themselves. Now, as far as colors and configurations, our most popular is going to be the Apocalyptic finish, just like you find on our knife blades. We also offer it in Cerakote Black and Tan. And we also have PVD Coyote as well as DLC Black. So you choose whichever one works best for you and your host platforms, and we hope to catch you on the next one.